Kubera is also having one vehicle. You know what that vehicle is? It's a human being. Because it's a human being who misguided him. She got wise with the human being and then said, "You be my Vahanam only." And when he took Sita away, Valmiki says, he pulled her by her hair and took her. But Kamban could not say that much. Because by the days of Kamban Tulsidas, people had already started viewing Rama and Sita as gods. They were Deivam, not human. So, he said, Kamban said, the Ravana plucked the whole Parnashala and took her. With the Parnashala and Sita being inside, he took that. Kamban and Tulsidas could not even imagine that Ravana could touch her. So, said that. Now, why he didn't touch her? He had similar curse on him. They say Nalakupara, the Nalakupara's wife, I think she was called her Ramba or something. And he wanted to see this fellow is sexually oriented fellow, Ravana. He won't let any lady go alone. So he wanted to spoil that Ramba. So she cursed him. If at all you go and touch anybody without their consent, your head will get smashed to smithereens. So he had similar curses also from others. So he was very so careful. He did not touch Sita. That's what they say. He goes to Ravana. Anjaneya goes to Ravana's harem. There he finds ladies sleeping. Naturally, in a harem, ladies will be sleeping. You should remember one thing. All the ladies who were in the harem were not abducted by Ravana. Most of them came on their own, looking for his wealth, his appearance, his prowess, his strength. They were attracted by all those things and they came on their own account. They were lying with their garments loose. They looked like mares who have gone through a very long course, rolled over and over on the ground to throw off their weariness. I told you about similes. Like the horses, the mares coming and for long distance has gone. So the mares have become tired. So in order to shed their tiredness, they were rolling on the ground. It looked like that. He saw the lambs standing steady and motionless. You know what one says? When two people are gambling, one fellow has lost everything. What will that fellow do? You can see it in chess play. When somebody loses, you go on staring. It looked like that. How to get over this problem? As if they are thinking on that. Planning about wreaking vengeance and recovering their loss. The gem-studded lamps glowed with a steady radiance as if they were lovers stealthily gazing on with unwinking eyes at the ladies of the Ravana's harem, which they could not ever dream of doing when Ravana was awake. The lamps burning very steadily without flickering. It looks, see, Valmiki's similes are so wonderful. And then he sees Ravana himself in a special bed. He ruled his own condition because he did not see Sita, but he saw the fellow who abducted Sita. What a sorry state of affairs. And then he goes to, there is a liquor bar there. There all the bottles are, liquor is sold in bottles. Most of the people know that here. So, half empty, some of them are half full, some of them are completely empty. They're all in different stages. And Hanuman was feeling, what am I doing? Am I a fool to rush to where others fears to tread? Why should I come here? Then he consoles himself saying, Striyo hi strishu drishyante syarata parimargane. If you want to search for a lady, where else will you search? Only among the ladies you can search. That's why I am here. He says, Nahi manasa kinchit vikrityam upapadyate manohi hetu sarvesham indriyanam pravartane. I shouldn't feel sorry for it because I have come in search of a lady. Where else can I find her? I can find her only in the company of other ladies. So that's why I am here. My mind is not at all affected by all these sights. The moral conveyed is one should strive to keep one's mind under full control even at provocative situations. That is a lesson we learn from this. He gets exasperated and being not able to find Sita in spite of an intensive search everywhere. Hanuman becomes despondent, but soon he regains composure and tells himself how sorrow would spoil one's efforts in any pursuit, and therefore one should pursue one's objectives without being overwhelmed by sorrow. Anirveda Shriyo Moolam, Anirveda Param Sugam, Anirvedo hi Satatam Sarva Arteshu Pravartakaha Karoti Saparam Jantu Karma Yatnata Karoti Sa Tasmat Anirveda Karam Yatram Sheshte Aham Uttamam. So I should not feel dejected by this. I have to still continue to make the search with a better effort. At one stage, even Hanuman thought of what is the use of my searching? I am not able to find Sita. Supposing that 1 month is over, the time that is given to me, the deadline is already passed. And if I go and tell Rama no show, I couldn't see Sita. Rama will die. On seeing Rama, Lakshmana will die. On hearing that, the Bharata and Shatrugna will also die. And I will be responsible for the entire decimation of the whole of Ikshvaku family and also Sugriva's family. So I cannot go back saying I could not see Sita. I have to see. I have to find her out. Thinking like that, Vinasha bhavo dosha jivan badrani pashyati tasma pranam dharayishyami dhruvo jividam sangamaha. So there is no point in my committing suicide. If I live, I can see better days. So for people who are inclined to suicide, it's a psychology lesson. Never go ahead with that. Suicide is suicidal. You still can see better days so long as you live. So don't attempt any suicide. That's another lesson we learn from this. He goes on and sees in Ashokavana, finally enters Ashokavana. It's a forest. He saw wild streams rushing down the slopes of rocks. So again, description by Valmiki. This looked like a girl who was resting on the lap of her lover, suddenly feeling offended at some of his off the cuff remark and jumping out from his lap and running away in a fit of anger. So the water is flowing very fast and it looks as if that girl is angry with her lover. So she jumps off her lap and goes. And then what happens? There were some branches of the trees on the banks that dipped into the stream, that prevented the flow of water. It made the water swirl and return back. This looked like the lass being pacified by her peers to return to her lover. See, these are all, Valmiki is an expert in similes. About the description of Sita, how Sita looked like in the eyes of Anjaneya. It's a very beautiful sargam. The description of Sita's plight in Ashokavana is most heart-rending. Her famished appearance looked like waned fortune. Fair name besmirched by the leprous fingers of slander. Vedic hymns losing their value through improper recitation and disuse. Hopes and desires led bereft of results. Profits and gains too far below expectations. The commands of the master defied and set at naught. The quarters all ablaze at inauspicious moments. Articles of worship snatched away by unholy hands. Lovely lotus blackened with fire of frost. An army widowed of its brave soldiers. Brilliance and glory darkened beyond recognition. A river running dry, devoid of water. The sacred fireplace polluted by impure things. Mighty flames sunk into cinders. A lotus pool in which mad elephants worked that wheel tore up the stalks and frightened away the gentle birds. The sweet waters of a stream hustled away by the raging flood. Tender lotus uprooted and thrown on the ground. Fierce heat drying up the life waters of bodies of water. The lordly she-elephant driven away from her mate and lashed firmly to strong posts and having hot sighs of impotent grief. Success barred by obstacles. Earnestness and faith sinking under the crushing blows of ridicule. Noble intellect bewildered and befuddled. Fair name blasted by foul blasphemy. A lordly Titanic steamer battered on the rough seas and sinking. A star that had fallen to the ground at the expiry of its merit. A lute stripped of its strings. A tender planter in the grasp of a mighty gale. A she-elephant in the vice grip of lion. An innocent girl abandoned by her parents in the dark woods during a famine. Learning of one who recites Vedas on Pratama Tithi. On Pratama we are not supposed to recite Vedas. That is the one day it has to be stopped. These are all lessons we learn from this. Hanuman says, on seeing the stream, he feels that Sita might come there. Why should she come there? To do her evening Sandhyavandanam. What is this? Sita did Sandhyavandanam. Do you know that she did Sandhyavandanam also? Even men don't do Sandhyavandanam these days. In those days, ladies were doing and Sita was doing also. He says, Sandhyakalaha manashyama dhrum yeshyati janaki nadim cha imam shivajalam sandhyarti varavarnihi. He says in Sudraganam. It is said that women were doing Sandhyavandanam in those days just like men. In fact, there were numerous women rishis like Aditi, Anasuya, Dakshayini, Keshini, Lopamudra, Madayanti, Meda, Romasa, Sharama, Shraddha, Sukanya, Swarchala, and many others. Some of whom are known to have performed Nitya Karma Anushtanam also, as ordained in the Vedas. And Sandhyavandanam is a Vedic karma. Now the question arose some time ago whether ladies can recite Sandhyavandanam, the Vishnu Sahasranama. There is a view that ladies are not supposed to recite Vishnu Sahasranama. Even great Acharyas used to agree with that view. But I don't agree. You know why? Vishnu Sahasranamam, where does it come? It is in Mahabharata, right? At the end of Mahabharata, Bhishma is telling Dharmaputra. It is at that stage that Vishnu Sahasranam arises. Mahabharata is an epic, it's an itihasa. Itihasa means thus it happened. It is not Veda, it is itihasa. In fact, I used to say, those who cannot or who are prohibited from Veda, reciting Vedas, they are supposed to resort to Mahabharata, Purana and all that to enrich their knowledge. So, it's a Mahabharata is an epic, so that can be. Sir, am I to close it? And Hanuman gets upon the tree and looks at Sita for the first time. He wonders, until he saw her, he was wondering why this Rama is so mad, so attached to Sita. After seeing her, he feels Rama is doing something impossible. How does he live at all? She is such a wonderful lady. How could Rama stay away from her even for a moment? Dushkritam kritavan Ramo hino yat anaya prabhu. They were ideal pair. These in age, beauty, excellence, character, conduct and ancestry. Tulya Sheela Vayovrittam, Tulya Abhijana Lakshanam, Ragho Arhati Vaidehim, Tam Cheyam Asitekshana. So there were Rakshasas sitting around Sita and threatening her. Who are they? Some are with single eye, some with single ear, some with fan-like ears, some with nose pointing towards like chimneys in the sky. Some with necks like those of giraffes, while others are short-necked like bulls. Some had sparse hairs on their heads and some others had none at all. And some with matted hairs and some with hanging ears, hanging lips, hanging breasts and bellies. In short, there was none with a normal appearance of women and were a total antithesis of Sita, the quintessence of pulchritude. At that time, suddenly Hanuman heard the twinkle of anklets and which bands that emanated from Ravana, who was hastening with proud and lordly steps to meet with the lady Sita. His mind was burning with unholy and unbridled lust. Sita was petrified with fear and was trembling. He tried to convince Sita to accept him. Unabashedly, describing her anatomy, he said Brahma, after creating her, went out of business of creation, since he could not do any better anymore. That Rama was lost forever, and she could not, and entreated her to take him as husband. Sita, in utter scorn, threw a blade of grass before him and said, just like Rama, like the brilliance of sun cannot be separated from the sun, she could not be separated from Rama. If you wish to live in this world, better change your mind. Make peace with Rama by restoring me to him. Nevartya manomataha swajane kriyatam manaha. Reverse your mind, surrender to Rama, because when the word mana is reversed, what happens? It would become namaha, which means that he should surrender to Rama. Because he is viditasi dharmajna sharanagata vatsalaha, meaning compassionate to one who surrenders. Sternly warning Sita that he was granting only 2 months' time to change her mind. And if she did not do so, he would order his chiefs to cook her for his breakfast. On the persuasion of Rakshasas, Ravana left the place in huff, instructing them to somehow make her compliant. Rakshasas take turns in terrorizing Sita. Now, among them was another another lady, a pious lady. She was the daughter of Vibhishna. Her name was Trijata. She said, I had a dream. Here also somebody said, I had a dream, right? So, like that, she had a dream. She was the one who first saw the dream. She saw a dream in the early morning. It is believed the dream seen early in the morning would come true in the immediate future. She saw it, so many good omens coming there. In fact, I have written about all these things in my book called Dreams, Omens and Moles. Rama and Lakshmana came to Lanka in golden palanquin, borne by swans and later mounted on lordly elephants. Sita, clad in spotless white, was seated on the top of a white mountain by the side of Rama. Both got into a golden chariot drawn by 8 snow-white colored bulls. All the three, Rama, Sita and Lakshmana, took off in the Pushpaka Vimanam to the home. This is Srijata's dream. Wicked Ravana was covered with oil, clad in dress of blood-red color, and was wandering on the face of the earth like a lunatic. He fell down headlong from his chariot and then from the back of a donkey and was dragged by a woman towards the direction of Yama. He and Kumbhakarna were in the same predicament and both were trembling with fear. So did the sons of Ravana. Vibhishna was with his 4 ministers, was clad in white robes, wearing garlands, and were welcomed by the players of conch, drum, and other musical instruments. The Lanka was drowned in the sea. There was nothing but ruin for Rakshasas. She said to the Rakshasas, if you fall at the feet of Sita, she alone can save you from the wrath of Rama. Alamesha paritradam rakshasir mahodobhayat apisha asya vishalaksha nakinchit uparakshate. And Sita also saw good omens. For Sita was totally dejected. There appeared some good omens to cheer her up, spirits up. Her left brows, left arm, left thigh twitched fast and frequently. The golden hued dress she wore slipped a little from her body. What is the message? For women, twitching on the left side of the body is considered to predict some happy happening, while for men, such twitching is considered inauspicious. It would be considered auspicious for men only if occurring on the right side of the body. For both, twitching on the opposite side is considered to forebode some undesirable outcome. She suddenly felt a surge of happiness, like a parched earth drenched with welcome showers. Now Hanuman decides to talk to Sita. How can he talk to her? The gods were all awake. He cannot go near her. If he delayed talking to her, she might rush to commit suicide, as she had already wished, in which case the whole mission would be set at naught. If he speaks in Devabhasha Sanskrit, she might suspect that it was Ravana himself, a Brahmin by birth, who had come before her in the disguise of a monkey. Also, if he had to appear to talk in any other manner, she might suspect him to be a messenger of Ravana who was capable of taking any form desired. If in the process he is captured, he may not be able to convey his message to her at all. If he had to be killed, none else in Rama's army would be able to cross the ocean or have any clues as to the fate of Sita or fate of himself. If after a stiff fight he might get so exhausted that he may not be able to cross back to Rama's place to convey the news about Sita. His most important duty was to devise a confidence building strategy to reveal his identity. Finally, he himself behind a tree and started chanting the name and fame of Rama. As I told you in the beginning, Ramanama he chanted. Hanuman saw that after a while gods had fallen asleep and found an opportune moment had arrived to him to commence his contact with Sita. Kamban, however, says Hanuman invoked a mantra that induced sleep in them, which made them appear as if they were all dead. He slowly began to narrate all the events that happened after abduction, right up to that moment, and concluded by saying that he was a messenger of Rama who had come to convey the good news to her. Sita, however, was not totally free from her doubts about the monkey. You know why? In fact, she was so scared that she might be witnessing a monkey in a dream that is said to forebode ill luck. We are not supposed to see a monkey in our dream. If you see a monkey in dream, that is something bad. But she changed her impression thinking that a person or thing seen in a dream will not have a physical appearance. While here was Hanuman in his real form of a monkey. Further, how could she ever sleep when immersed in sorrow all the time, so that it could not be a dream at all? A tit-a-tit. Hanuman narrated his side of the story. Sita on her part narrated her harrowing experiences. Sita also regained her composure and gave up the thought of suicide, saying that even if it should take 100 years, patience would surely bring ultimate happiness. Yeti jivantam anando naram varsha satadapi. Now, Hanuman describes Rama's appearance. To further clarify her mind, Hanuman now says, Sita asked Hanuman how Rama's friendship and Rama and Sugriva came about and asked him to describe Rama's appearance. Hanuman started describing Rama, saying that Rama belonged to Yajurveda. He was 8 feet tall. He had long hands extending up to his knees. He was well versed in Raja Vidya, including Anvikshiye, Trayi, Varta, Dhandariti, etc. He was respectful to elders, especially to Brahmins. His physical features made him a cynosure to all who beheld him, and concluded saying that he was literally burnt by the pangs of separation from Sita. How friendship blossomed between Rama and Sugriva? Sita said, how did an alliance get forged between simian and Homo sapien species? Manaranam naranam cha katameyatat asit samagamaha. Hanuman, after describing the events leading up to this alliance, concludes, this is how the coming together between Rama and Sugriva came about. Rama Sugrivyorakyam Devi Yevam Samajayata. But I am not going to say the philosophical significance, as I told you already. Now the question arises, why Hanuman did not fight Vali? Vali was very powerful, right? Sugriva is scared of Vali. Why he did not fight Vali? Having learned the Dharma Shastras, Hanuman recognized that Vali was evil-minded and Sugriva was on dharmic lines. So he befriended Sugriva and not Vali. Finally, he gives the signet ring given to him by Rama. Her Sita's joy knew no bounds and felt as if she was looking at Rama himself. She was reminded of the good old days when she was with Rama, when once the ring slipped out of his finger, and she picked it up and handed it over to him. She regretted for suspecting Hanuman in the first place and inquired about the emotional status of Rama in her absence. Do you know that Rama was a meat eater? While describing to Sri Sita how Sri Rama became indifferent to all mundane pleasures because of his pangs of separation from her, Hanuman says that Sri Rama had given up consuming meat and ingesting liquor, that he was so engrossed in thoughts of her that he does not even chase away mosquitoes and other flying and creeping insects tormenting his body. Na mamsam raghavo bhungte, na cha api madhusevate, naiva damshan, sa mashakan, na kitan, na sarishvan, raghavo apanishyati, apanayat gatrat, tvad gater antaratmana. Now the question is, how can he eat meat? Can he eat that? Hunting, eating meat and drinking liquor were allowed for the Kshatriyas. Hanuman points to how Sri Rama had given up all these little pleasures in life. He goes one step further and graphically describes how he was unmindful of his body, that he took no effort even to chase away insects biting his body. Now, Hanuman makes an offer to Sita. Unable to bear the sorrow of Sita, Hanuman offered to lift her upon his shoulders and take her to Rama. To prove this he could do so, he took Vishwarupam and showed it to her. Sita declined, saying that it would not be proper for her to voluntarily get on the shoulder of a male, and that when Ravana took her away, she was alone and helpless, and she was taken away forcibly. She could not resist. Secondly, it would do little credit to Rama, whose duty it was to come and rescue her. Kamban adds one more reason for the inappropriateness of Hanuman's proposal. If the canine like Ravana took me by deceit, should you also wish to repeat such a dastardly act? So she asked him to desist from that proposal. Then she tells Hanuman, yes, an incident that took place when she was with Rama in the forest. They were in privacy. Rama was reclining on her lap and dozing. A cunning crow, who was Jayanta, son of Indra, dared to peck at her breast repeatedly so hard that blood oozed out and a drop of it fell on Rama. Rudely awakened by this, Rama tried to chase the crow away, but it would not budge. Rama was infuriated at its temerity. Having no weapons in his hands, at that moment he pulled out a pull. Pull means blade of grass. And invoking Brahmastra, threw it at the crow. The crow ran around all the three worlds. Not only none came to his rescue, including his father, for fear of rousing Rama's wrath, but they also turned him out mercilessly. Finally, the crow, exhausted, fell at the feet of Rama. Rama took it as an act of surrender, Saranagati, and spared his life, but not before punishing him, plucking one of his eyes for his misdeed, so that he would not repeat the misdemeanor. That is why it is said, the crows seem to have only one eye, even to this day. And among birds, the crow is considered to be a despicable one, Chandala. She asked Hanuman to remind Rama of this incident. Sa pitra cha parityakta shurai sarvai maharshibi trin lokan samparikramya tameva sharanam gatah vadarhamapi kakutsaha kripaya bharyapalayit. Valmiki uses the word kakutsaha. What is that kakutsaha? Kakutsa means the descendant of Kakutsa. Who was that Kakutsa? There was in the Ikshvaku Vamsham, there was a king called Puranjaya. He was the forefather of Rama. A usual battle between the good and evil was taking place. The Devas were losing heavily. They came to Puranjaya and sought his help in defeating the Rakshasas. Puranjaya said, if Indra makes himself a vahanam for me, a vehicle for me to ride on, then I will come and vanquish the Rakshasas. Indra said, okay. He took the form of a bull and came to Puranjaya. You can ride on me, you can climb on me and ride on me, and I will carry you. The bull's hump, that is called kakut. The hump on the back of the bull is called kakut in Sanskrit. So, kakut sta. Sta means who is stationed there. Kakut sta, one who made that as his seat. That is how kakutsa came into being. And one who belongs to that kakutsa's lineage is called kakutsa. Now, there is something interesting. There is a Tamil proverb, Nandri Marapadu Nandrandru, Adaladu Andre Marapadu Nandru. We are not supposed to forget any good deed done to us. If somebody does a good, you should remember it. What we do normally is, the moment somebody does good, we immediately forget. That is what we are doing. But not Rama. Rama is one who does not forget a good deal done by somebody not only to himself, to his parents, to his grandparents, to some predecessor of his lineage. If Indra had done something to Puranjaya, he remembers it now. That's why he did not kill that crow. then Anjaneya, as he was preparing to leave, Sita gave him a crushed jewel that she had preserved with great care, saying that she felt like seeing Rama whenever she looked at it. She gave that and asked him to hand it over to Rama. Now his mission is over. There was something more yet to be done for Anjaneya. What was that? He wanted to teach a lesson to the Rakshasas, and he wanted to see also Ravana. How can he go and see Ravana? I cannot. Ravana won't give him audience just like that. So, he destroyed the Ashokavana. Not only Ashoka grew, the Rakshasas who were in a trance woke up. Though they had earlier seen Hanuman, they ignored him. But now they became curious to know who he was and why he was talking to Sita. These Rakshasas come and ask her, huh? Who is this monkey who was talking to you? Did you know Sita told a lie? Sita said, how do I know? Of course there was a monkey, but I don't know. I thought it's also another Rakshasa. You people are taking different forms. Probably one of your Rakshasas must have taken that form. How would I know? She knew that. But then she uttered a lie in order to save the life of Hanuman. Rakshasa Bhima Rupanam Vijnane Mamakagati. How would I know? Yuyam eva abhijanate yo ayam yada darshiti. Who is here? Who is going and all that? Only you people know. Ahireva ahepadan vijanati na samshaya. It's only the reptile that knows the feet of the reptile. Can you ever see the feet of a snake? You can't see. Only snake knows the feet of another snake. So only Rakshasa will know who is this Rakshasa who has come in the form of a monkey. I don't know. When is lie not a lie? Now we saw that she has uttered a lie. But Shastra has provided there are certain circumstances in which a lie does not become a lie. What is that? Even we can lie. But when? At the time of marriage. You know that story? A broker, he said, oh, that girl wants to marry you. She's having one eye on you only. Oh, that boy, he stands on one foot to get you married. That fellow was lame, she was squinted. At the time of marriage, people utter a lot of lies. And then, at the time of conjugal union, he will say to the lady, I have never seen a beauty like you. Total white lie. And at the time of when life is in danger, one can escape by saying something which is not true. At the time of when one's entire possessions are lost, are at risk. And at a time of saving the life of a friend. Here in this case, Hanuman was the friend. If she had told the truth, the Rakshasa would go and get him and smash him. So, in order to save a friend, she uttered that I don't know who it is. Vivahakale ratisamprayoge pranatyaye sarvadhanapahare mitrasya arte api anrutam vadehu panchahu apatakani. These are all not offenses. Hanuman's life would have been endangered if she had revealed the truth. Hence, her reply to the Rakshas cannot be deemed a lie in the context in which it was made. Leaving Ashokavana, Hanuman proceeded to destroy the balconies of barriers. And then it says, Tiruvulluvar says, Vaimai anapaduvathu yadu enin yadondrum theemai illada sollal. That which does not harm others. That is Vaimai, that is what is truth. Then Anjaneya goes, Jambumali, Mantri Kumaras, Akshaya, everybody goes and destroys. The seven sons of the ministers, the five chieftains. Akshay Kumar was the son of Ravana himself. All of them he destroyed. And then he says, when these people countenance him, he says, I am the weakest link in the whole army of Sugriva. Balinam, Vanarendraram Sugriva Vasavartinam, Atanti Vasudam Kritsnam, Vayam Anye cha Vanaraha, Sataihi, Satasasrahi, cha Kotibi, cha Utairapi, Agamishiti Sugriva, Sarvesham, O Nishudanaha. Don't think he has, after wreaking so much of havoc on Lanka, he says, I am the poorest link in Sugriva's army. There are hundreds and thousands and kotis, crores. And Uday is something beyond koti. You know, crore. What is a crore? Our Majesty is having such a vast army. Don't be carried away by I am the poorest fellow. I am the weakest link. If the weakest link could create so much havoc, what sort of havoc the others could carry out, the even more powerful people, that kind of thought he was sowing in the minds of Rakshasas. This is not a mere bravado. At best it means a little bit of hyperbole, because Hanuman's strength and courage is unmatched as attested by Jambavan when he prompted him to undertake this stupendous task. The duty of a diplomat in a war is to instill fear in the hearts of the enemies. If one who calls himself the weakest link in the colossal army of Sugriva could wreak so much havoc, the enemies were led to ponder over what might happen if more powerful hordes were to descend on them. This is a strategy of all generals in war. As we saw in recent wars, the technique has been perfected to include not only hyperbole but also blatant lies and misinformation. That's what is going on now. Now everybody is decimated. Ravana is desolate. He does not know what to do. He calls Indrajit, his son. He got the name Indrajit because his name was Meghanathan, because he vanquished Indra. He is called Indrajit. He asked Indrajit to come and asked him to go and mate with the monkey. Indrajit had Brahmastram as his weapon, a weapon of destruction. He uses that Brahmastram. As I already told you, Anjanaya was not to be affected by that, but then he feigned as if he was bound by it. He pretended to be unconscious. Hanuman willingly submitted himself to it in deference to the great teacher of the world, the four-faced Brahma. He himself had secured a boon that even Brahmastra, I am binding it only for a muhurta, only one muhurtam. He feigned unconsciousness and great fear. The Rakshasas teased him and taunted him, dragging him to court of Ravana. You know, in the recent past, there was a hangman who taunted a convict under a noose recently. The case of Saddam Hussein. Brahmasaman Shanagati. Now, the other Rakshasas rushed to the side of helpless Hanuman and started binding him with cords, ropes, barks of trees, jute, old clothes. No sooner had they bound him, thus with the despicable materials, than Brahmastra gave up its hold. Babandhu Sanavalkaischa Durmachirischa Samatai Sabaddascha Tayana Valkena Vimuktu Astrena Viryavan Astra Bandhas Sacha Anyam He Nabandhanam Anuvartate. When something lower is used to bind, Brahmastra will give its grip. Indrajit exclaimed with impotent grief and anger, Alas, these fools are blissfully ignorant of the fact that the Brahmastra will give up its grip when associated with any other of a lower kind. They have sadly undone my work. They have cruelly deprived me of the mightiest weapon and most unfortunate of all, I am prevented from using any other weapon against the enemy once I have shot at him with Astra Brahma, and I cannot discharge Brahmastra once again. And he sank into a fit of gloom and anxiety. Now, Hanuman was dragged into the court of Ravana and was produced before him. Ravana's imperial majesty and the imperious grandeur of his court were beyond all imagination. His 10 heads with crowns studded with gems and his 20 eyes and 20 arms, he looked like a multi-headed hissing serpent. He was surrounded by great warriors like Durdharan, Prahastan, Mahaparshvan, Nikumban and others. Anjaneya stood before all the courtiers in the Sabha of Ravana. Ravana asked Prahastan to inquire Hanuman why he was there, who he was and why he was there. This was because he thought that it would be beneath his dignity for a king to stoop to the level of a mere monkey and converse with it. Prahastan asked him to tell the truth or face severe punishment. It used to be said by Pauranikas that Ravana was sitting on a high pedestal and Hanuman used his long tail to create a kind of seat high enough to see Ravana face to face. This is not mentioned in Valmiki Ramayanam or in Kamba Ramayanam. So Ravana is advised by all and he does not heed to their advice. And finally, Vibhishana comes on the scene and says, don't kill Yaduta. Ravana wanted to kill the Hanuman. He is not moved by caution but gets mad and orders instant execution of Anjaneya, the emissary. And the Rakshasa get ready to execute the orders. Vibhishana, the virtuous brother of Ravana, intervened and counseled against this procedure. Killing of an emissary is prohibited in the Shastras as well as in practice of statecraft and is condemned by the wise. Maybe he had caused harm, but there are other ways to punish any misdeeds other than putting a messenger to death. Duta navadhyam samareshu rajan sarveshu sarvatra vadanti santah na duta vadam parvadanti santo dudasya drishta bahavo hi dandaha. There are other ways of punishing. This was in Treta Yuga. We find today incarceration, torture, maiming and death of not only prisoners of war but also of messengers, ambassadors, envoys and even poor and innocent civilians who have nothing to do with the politics of the powers that be, in blatant violation of human rights. What kind of civilization we are upholding? Let us especially our political bosses, learn from the great epic and turn a new leaf in civilized behavior. Kamban puts in the words of Vibhishana another reason why Hanuman should not be killed. When Surpanaka went there, did they kill her? They just allowed her to go away after cutting her nose. They didn't kill. So why should you kill? Ravana said, okay, there are other ways of punishing, I will do it. Tail is the most important part of a monkey. So why not put fire to the tail? Immediately the Rakshasas surrounded Anjaneya, wound up all clothes and other things on his tail, put some oil, kerosene oil or gas and set it on fire. Sita heard this from the guardians. She said, Siyutoba Hanumata, let not fire affect Anjaneya. So Anjaneya was also feeling very curious. How is it this fire doesn't even, is so cool. It doesn't affect my tail at all. He didn't know that Sita had blessed him that way. With that fire, he goes about hops from one mansion to the other, setting all the mansions on fire. Thus, all the houses belonging to Rakshasas like Prahasta, Mahapashva, Vajradamshra, Sukha, Sharana, Indrajit, Jambudhiva, Jambumali, Sumali, Rashmiketu, Surya Satru, Rashvakarna, Damshra, Romasa, Yudhunmatta, Matta, Dvijagriva, Vidyujjihun, Hastimukun, Karalan, Shonidakshan, Kumbhakarnan, Makarakshan, Yajnashatru, Brahmashatru, Narantagan, Kumban, Nikumban, goes on like that. He goes and sets fire to the mansions of all the Rakshasas. What is this fire, you know? This fire is nothing but Yashokavanim Janakatmajayaha Adaya Tenaiva Dadagalankam, says Valmiki. The fire of Sita's grief, with that he burnt the whole of Lanka. Suddenly he thinks, yo, I have done something wrong. Sita is also in the same Ashokavana. My God, what have I done? Am I putting Sita also in the fire? So she rushes back to Ashokavana to make sure that she is not affected. Then she gives the, he takes leave of Sita and returns. As he returns, the monkey army saw him coming on the sky. You know what he said? Drishta Sita. He didn't say seen Sita. Sita was seen. It doesn't say Drishta Sita, because if he says Sita in the beginning, they may construe that she has died. So he not assure them that she is alive. He says seen. He puts the word seen first before putting the word Sita. And then after saying that he saw Sita, Kamban very dramatically reverses the statement, saying that Hanuman did not see her. But then what did he see? Virpuram Tadandol Veera Vinganir Ilangai Verpil Natperum Tavatalaya Nangai Kandena Lane. I didn't see that lady. What did I see then? Irparapu என்பதொன்றும் இரும்பொறை என்பதொன்றும் கற்பு எனும் பெயரதொன்றும் களிநடம் புரிய கண்டேன். I saw chastity. I saw high birth, irparapu, irumpore, the great character. That I saw there. I didn't see Sita there, I saw all this. Then, on hearing this, the monkey hordes become very much excited. They go to destroy what is called Madhuvana. There is a grove which is grown by Dadimukha, a minister of Sugriva. He was taking care of that grove. In their excitement, they went there and then destroyed the whole of Madhuvana. They drank all the... And then they go to... Somebody suggested, we will go and burn Sita and give it and present her to Rama. Now Jamban said, no, it's not that way. It's not proper. We will have to inform Rama and Sugriva about what has happened, and they will take the next step. So Hanuman goes to them to where Rama and Sugriva are there. He presents the Chudamani that was granted to him by Sita, and Rama's joy knew no bounds. He says, Anjaneya says, you know what Sita said? She will live only for 2 months. That's the time given by Ravana. For that, Rama answers, Najivayam kshanamapi vinatam asitekshna. I cannot leave you for 1 moment without her. So I am ready now. I will go there and destroy Ravana and the others and then retrieve Sita. Hanuman is a Chiranjeevi. Sita blessed him to become a Chiranjeevi. He is one of the Chiranjeevis. And Rama blessed him to become the next Brahma. Hanuman is a constant attendee at all Ramakathas. Yatra yatra Ranadakirtanam tatra tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Bashpavari Paripurnalocanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam. Wherever people are, in fact, they used to put a manai, what do you call that, a seat in the belief that Anjaneya will be sitting at that and listening to Ramakatha. There is a magic sloka. If you recite this sloka, all your problems will be solved. Asadhya sadhaka swamin asadhyam kim vada Ramaduta kripa sindhu matkaryam sadhaya prabhu. There have been numerous instances of practical experiences in which sincere prayers to Hanuman have brought instant relief even in the most trying situations. Let us understand that the emphasis is on the word sincere, unconditional faith, not half-hearted, not disbelieving approach, and certainly not as a challenge. But the prayer should be without any reservations, wholehearted, utterly faithful, and in a spirit of utmost humility. The proof of its efficacy can well be within your personal experience. Several people have reported that in most excruciating circumstances, constant repetition of this sloka with the above mentioned faith have in fact brought incredibly instant relief, not joking. Try to find it yourself. Asadhya sadhaka swamin asadhyam kimata Shri Ramaduta kripa sindhu matkaryam sadhaya prabhu. May Hanuman shower his choicest blessings on all of us. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to say a few words about the glory of Anjaneya.
Thanks to Sri Anbil Ramaswamy for a thought-provoking lecture. He captivated us with the sense of humor and depth of knowledge and versatility. Please give him a big hand. Now on, if someone says to me, I am a dictator, I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to get even. I'm going to give him a hearing aid to that person. Sri Anbil touched many of angles of Ramayana, and he defined the word hero, and with his lecture in his prosecutorial style, he proved beyond reasonable doubt to us, the jurors, Anjaneya is the hero of Ramayana. How the word Ramanama is more powerful than Lord Rama himself. He is set a record for the eldest person to give lecture at SV Temple. With Lord Venkateswara's blessings, he lived beyond 100. He'll come back here again and give another lecture to break his own record. Thanks to Sri Anbil for coming here and giving this lecture. Thanks to Carl Greenlee for giving for audio and video support. Thanks to Sundar Raman